away on his shoulders today. No Richard Ngarava. How big a blow is that for someone
low? And that's Paul Sterling's numbers. Strike rate 88. Not really going to be necessary to go that quickly, I don't think, today. Match is 159. And with him is Andy Balbirnie in his 106th ODI. Strike rate 75, good. An average of just under 32.
Two batters who are short of runs on this tour. It's maybe been the only thing that hasn't actually ticked for Ireland. All of their bowlers have shared the wickets around and been really good. This man here with 56 wickets to his name. Good economy rate in the modern ODI game, that is, of in and around 5. He is going to need to lead this attack in a big way. Remember, he'll have just 8 overs as well, because the revised playing conditions mean that it's a maximum of 8 overs per bowler. And with no Ngarava, who else is going to take the wickets is the big question. Maybe a chance for Tanaka Chivanga to open the bowling. Will he open from the far end of the ground? Possibly. We'll have to wait and see. Muzzer Rabbani will start from the golf course end. We're all set. Ireland need 201 to win. And Balbirnie does better than he did in the second ODI, where he was dismissed from Ngarava's very first ball.
A little bit of encouragement as well out there for the Zimbabwean fast bowler. A lot of movement away. That's pitched and left. Andy Balbirnie quite sharply. What is key here is this is the critical moment, in my opinion, for the Zimbabweans. They've just got to make sure he gets as many balls in the right place as possible. Can't allow Balbirnie or Sterling to leave many.
Well, an inside edge. We heard Sikandar Raza after the second ODI almost bemoan his luck, really, his side's luck. He felt that the inside edges hadn't gone his team's way, but they'd gone Ireland's way. It was a very frank interview with Tino Moale.
Yeah, that's been very true. Probably looked that way. It often happens that way, doesn't it? When things aren't going for you, they tend to not go for you at all. Don't really have any luck. It's some of those half chances in the field you don't take.
No run!
Then some of the umpiring decisions that are usually 50-50s, I think we call them up here, don't go your way. When things are going for you, it's those sort of things that sort of happen for you. Inside edges hit the stumps. Umpires make calls in your favor.
Yeah, certainly he's carrying a little bit of weight in his shoulders right now, Sikandar Raza. His own individual performances down in Namibia were outstanding. He was the player of the tournament. But he said he'd have sacrificed any award to get back to another World Cup. Remarkable to think that the only Test nation that won't be at that T20 World Cup, remember the largest ever in cricketing history next year with 20 teams at it, will be Zimbabwe. And whilst the Uganda story is an outstanding one, I think the colour and the brilliance and the quality that chevrons add to global events will be missed. I thought they were so good last year in Australia. They're great to watch. There's lots of Zimbabwean expats there in Australia who enjoyed particularly that game in Perth at the Optus Stadium as they beat Pakistan.
No run! No run!
It's amazing to think of the quality of the players that won't be at that World Cup. Raza, Muzzer Rabbani, Ngarava, Ryan Burrell.
Just one of those things, I suppose, that happens in sport. But it is an opportunity to really work a few things out. It's not something you expected to happen for the Zimbabweans. There's been a lot of conversation on social media. And it's just a real internal assessment's got to be done. The first over, just 1 run from it, 1 for none.
It's Ireland's starting 11. The disparity in terms of experience between these two starting 11s today, well, it's very stark indeed, isn't it? This, maybe with the exception of Van Workum, if McCarthy or Little were in for Van Workum, it's probably Ireland's strongest 11. Just 8 games for Chivanga. He's been given the new ball, has a yard of pace too. Strays down the leg side, and Balbirnie clips him away. Can Ireland use that experience to get the rarest of things? Just 2 ODI series wins against full members away from home. They've never won a series here in this format in Zimbabwe. Who's the favourites here with 200 to win? 201 the target for Ireland.
I think it's got to be just slightly Ireland here, because I think throughout they've been the slightly better side.
Too much swing from Chivanga, given as a wide outside the off stump. Yeah, I think you're right. I think on the balance of things, probably Ireland have deserved their series win in the T20s, although final ball finished game 1, penultimate ball finished game 2, and even that third T20 I looked like it could be a final over finish 2 before Dockrell just applied some quite awesome acceleration. One of the innings of the tour, I felt that from the player of the match in the third T20I. Sterling gets one right out of the screws and finally finds something to cheer for Ireland at the top of the order. It's Ireland's new permanent captain, gets off the mark in real style.
It's been Richard Ngarava's had his number throughout these 2 series, but this is off the middle of the bat. Good looking shot from Paul Sterling, and it's a long way in front of square for a guy who bowls quite quickly.
Well, usually you think about Sterling, you think about don't give him width outside the off stump, because he loves to carve it away over the offside, but just too short that time from Chivanga. Sterling picked it off. There were signs in his innings before he was bowled by Blessing Musrabani in the second ODI. What a delivery that was. Cut him in half. A reminder, of course, that it's Kids Can Day here. People in orange all around the HSC. And we heard from Daniel, the directors there. He spoke so eloquently about the importance of the work that they do. And great to see Zimbabwe cricket supporting them. Change in the field. Second slip comes out. He comes into extra cover.
No run!
It's back of a length this time. Have you been surprised by the lack of form for Sterling and Balbirnie? 44 runs in 4 innings for Sterling coming in today, 53 and 4 for Balbirnie.
Particularly for me, Andy Balbirnie had a really good tour last time they were here in January for the bilateral series. What was 100 here, and then Paul Sterling's always been a fantastic performer for Ireland, and it's just so strange that both of them.
Well, I think it's fair to say he's thrown a bit at this one. Good kitchen sink thrown at it, no contact. Sublime, utterly sublime from Ireland's new permanent captain. Doesn't get any better than that. The perfect square drive ends the second over, 11 for none.